I was demolished, yeah, because of how people were speaking. Some people were like, "Oh, you didn't deserve the title," and things like that. And then I took it to heart and I stopped. And then with time, I came to understand that not people will always speak.
Working with Kenyans.
It was tough because being the only South Sudanese, I was afraid, honestly. I was really afraid because even the first three categories we did, I thought I was just having fun. I didn't have it in mind that I'd go home with the title. And
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Red Table podcast. I'm your host, Nairobi, and today we are joined by this beautiful lady. She's called Nyatide. She's a fashion model who recently took part in Miss Ramciel, and she's also the crown of Miss Naath. Thank you so much for joining us. You're welcome. Tell us something about the modeling and the pageant.
hi everyone, my name is Rhoda Nyatide. I am a student and a model. I am 20 years of age, and I am the current Miss Ramciel Magazine 2025-2026 and Miss Crown of Naath 2025-2026. I pursue modeling and I'm doing beauty pageant. It's beautiful and it also requires dedication, and there's also challenges that we go through, but we overcome them because nothing comes at a silver platter.
True. So, first of all, let's talk about the challenges. So far, since you started the pageant, obviously you've been encountering challenges. Tell us about the challenges and how you overcome them.
Um, Through this journey, there are so many challenges, but we just have to overcome them. First of all, is like criticism, because at first I started modeling with Kenyans, and being a South Sudanese, they would discourage you and they'll tell you wouldn't make it. But I just take the positive part of it, even if there's like negative sides, I be positive. And also it also requires a lot of financial support, and I'm grateful to my family because they support me in one way and another, and my designer too.
So, let's talk about you. So, the first pageant you did was with Kenyan. So, how was the experience in it?
it
Working
was
with Kenyan.
it was tough because being the only South Sudanese, I was afraid, honestly. I was really afraid because even the first three categories we did, I thought I was just having fun. I didn't have it in mind that I'd go home with the title. And with time I was able to like encourage myself. Yeah, but it was difficult because I was the only South Sudanese.
So, how is the support system for you now?
I feel like it's good. I get support from my family, especially my sisters. I get support from my partner and my designer too.
So, like when you won the Miss, let's say like the Ramshell magazine. So I know some were there criticizing and telling you you didn't deserve it. So how did you cope with that?
Um, Honestly, there was a lot, but I didn't take it because it's honestly I earned it. The struggles I went through to get the Ramshell, it was so hard because first of all I was so sick, and I was from doing another pageantry the same month on the 5th, and Ramshell was on the 22nd. So I was invested in the first pageantry. So doing the second one was like a struggle because I needed to catch up with the trainings, and I also had to figure out the outfits. Yeah.
So the training experience, how was it?
It was actually good. We had a coach and my mentor was there too, and they helped me to reach to where they were, to catch up with the team.
So let's say for example you are to join the Miss South Sudanese beauty pageant. What would be your goal?
If I joined it, my goal was is going to be leaving an impact. Yeah, I know that if I go there with expectations, I might be disappointed. Yeah, but I'll just make sure that I leave a great impact to the society.
So let's say some of these models, they usually don't do much. So let's say for the pageantries that they have been participating in, and they don't do that much in the society. They just earn it and they just go silent on it. So if you anyways, if you just had to like be in any of those categories or the pageants that are being held nowadays in South Sudan, what would you do that can change whatever aspect that we want you guys to do, but you guys are not doing it? So what would you do?
I think I would organize workshops to empower women so that even if you're given a chance and if you win a title or something, you can give back to the community. Because just having a title doesn't mean anything, but whatever you're going to do through your reign, that is what will impact, and that is what is going to speak more about you. Not getting the title. Yes, you might get it and sit on it, but if you get the opportunity, I feel like you should be able to like leave an impact in the society. You leave a mark where people will remember, oh, this lady got this title and she was able to do this and that. Yes.
So you just have to give back to the community. So like for example, now you are into it so much. So has there been any point in your life you say you just want to give up on the pageant thing, or you just want to keep on going until you reach your goal?
Yeah, there's a time, I did my first show in 2018. That was the Little Miss South Sudan International. From 2018, I didn't join the runway again until 2024. This is because um, I felt like I was demolished, yeah, because of how people were speaking. Some people were like, "Oh, you didn't deserve the title," and things like that. And then I took it to heart and I stopped. And then with time, I came to understand that not people will always speak. They will always love you when it's beneficial. If you do something good, they'll talk about it. If you don't do something good, they'll still say the bad part of what you're doing wrong. People always speak, and I felt like you shouldn't allow what people say determine who you are. Get? Because regardless, people will always speak and they'll always have something to say. Even if when you're silent, people will have something to say. So I feel like you should just, if you love something, just do it regardless, because people will still talk.
Definitely, they'll still talk. So let's say they're young people now, they want to join the pageants, and maybe their families or their friends, their close people around them say, you know what, this is not your thing. You just have to focus somewhere else. So how would you tell them?
What you want, earn it. Nothing comes easily. And according to the Bible, hard work pays, and it really does. As much as you need to be patient, but when you do something, there's going to come results, even if it takes time, even if it's a year, even if it takes a long time, there'll still be a point where people will notice what you're doing. Yeah.
So what's one thing that drained you down during the pageants?
People used to speak, and I took it to heart, but it reached a point where I was like, okay, I don't have to mind them, because if that's what I wanted, honestly, that's what I've always wanted to do. And when I started listening to people, I stopped doing it because it made me feel like, okay, maybe what they're saying is true, of which it wasn't. Yeah.
So tell us one story that really inspired you.
There's this girl. She's called Raya Raya. Everyone knows her. When she started her journey, she got signed to an agency outside. She was supposed to travel, but unfortunately, she couldn't leave the country because her visa got denied, and she stopped and came back, and now she got a title, Miss World South Sudan. And yeah, I was inspired, and I was like, okay, if I give up now, I won't be able to reach where I want to be. So I have to keep pushing and working towards it.
Definitely. So Raya Raya, if you're out there, you're watching this, just know you're inspiring some young girls out here. Keep it up, and we love it. So, one thing that you'd want to do in the society one day?
Coming from a community of refugees, I would like to start my own organization to be able to bring the 64 tribes together, because that is what we are suffering from.
Definitely.
We come from a very good country full of resources, different cultures, but the problem comes in with the divide policy that is being used, where Dinkas feel like they're better than Nuer, and Nuer feel like they're better than Dinkas, and it shouldn't be like that. Because I feel like if the 64 tribes come together, South Sudan will be a great nation. And I would love to start an organization that would be organizing workshops for the youths and teach them ways through which they can be able to resolve conflicts without violence. And instead of them not liking each other, they'd come together and combine and make South Sudan a better place. Because South Sudanese are very talented. Look at the modeling industry, it's full of South Sudanese. Look at the basketball, South Sudanese too. And if they come together, I feel like they would do great as a nation.
Definitely. We as young people, we need to push our country to be a better country. We love our country, but despite these tribalists among us, is the only thing that's draining us down. And we as youth, we need to come up with a solution to avoid all these things. So tell us your journey or your experience throughout Miss Ramciel.
It's a beautiful experience. I got to meet our team, our CEO, Mr. Deng Atem, our trainers, that's Dawson, and the rest of the team. I met some of the girls like Atongoya, and Ramshell is a big company. It's not specific. It's not specific on modeling. It does also film production. It has a studio in South Sudan, and they are able to like give us opportunities to nurture our talents. Like our projects, we'll be doing our projects throughout the year, and so that the magazine will be out next year, I guess. Yeah, and it's beautiful because they give us opportunities and they believe in us. They communicate, we have talks, we have dinners together, and speak a lot and exchange ideas of how we can work together.
So
And
you
it's
said
beautiful.
earlier, Ramshell gives young people opportunities. So some of them might want to engage in it and they don't even know how they'll find anyone. So how would they contact you people?
They have a page on Facebook and also TikTok and Instagram. It's just the Ramshell Magazine. When you go through it, you'll find their contacts. And especially our CEO, he's very supportive, and he works with young people with nurturing talents, and he's giving people opportunities to be able to be great people.
You all have heard Ramshell is giving opportunities to the young people. So before you go, there are young people out there, they want to join the modeling. And for you, a lot of things drain you and you just kept on pushing yourself. So how would you tell them?
You should never give up on your dreams, and you should work towards them, because God helps those who help themselves. So if you want to be somewhere in life, you have to be able to sacrifice your time, and you're supposed to be able to want to learn new things. Yeah, whatever you know, you have to come and learn new things to be able to reach where you are, and nothing comes on a silver platter. So if you want something, you have to work for it.
Definitely, you all have hard work for it. If you are willing to go on and win, you need to work hard and earn it. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We
Okay.
appreciate your time. And that's all for today, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, share. See you.